Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. India's Supreme Court has said the revocation of the special status for the Jammu and Kashmir region is valid and ordered elections in the territory by September next year. A five-judge constitution bench headed by the country's top judge, D.Y. Chandrachud, has ruled that Article 370 was only a temporary provision which allowed the special status. The court's observation comes after it heard a cluster of petitions that challenged the federal government's decision to drop Article 370 in 2019. The state was also split into two territories, and the government had said the move helped push development in the region. Jammu and Kashmir state was under direct rule at the time. There's heavy security in Kashmir Valley in the wake of the verdict. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whose government revoked the special status for Jammu and Kashmir, has welcomed the Supreme Court's verdict as historic. In a lengthy statement on social media, he said it is a resounding declaration of hope, progress, and unity for the people of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. He also said his government is committed to fulfilling the dreams of the people of the region. Home Minister Amit Shah, seen as the brain behind the dropping of Article 370, stressed in a statement that Jammu, Kashmir, and Ladakh always belong to our nation and will continue to be so. Since 1988, insurgency by armed militants has rattled the region, and the Indian Army has deployed troops to fight them. Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir State, Omar Abdullah, said he was disappointed with the court's verdict, but he was not disheartened. Abdullah, who is the leader of the National Conference Party, stressed on social media that the struggle will continue. Another former Chief Minister, Ghulam Nabi Azad, said the people of Jammu and Kashmir are not going to lose hope or give up, and said the fight for honor and dignity will go on. Senior politician Kapil Sibal, who represented some of the petitioners in the case, said some battles are fought to be lost. In a comment on social media, he said that the right and wrong of institutional actions will be debated for years to come. Legendary Tamil writer and poet Magagavi Bharadiyar's birth anniversary was observed by people from all walks of life. Tamil Nadu's Minister for Information and Publicity, Swaminathan, Minister for Hindu Religious Affairs, Shekhar Babu, and the Mayor of Chennai, Priya paid tributes at the statue of Bharadiyar on the Marina Beach in Chennai. In a post on social media, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, in his tribute, said the independence activist set a new path and brought a revolution, and praised his contribution to India's freedom struggle. Former Chief Minister Edappadi Palanisamy hailed Bharadiyar as a progressive thinker who loved his Tamil language and rejected superstitions. He also recalled his strong opposition to foreign rule and backed the empowerment of women. The leader of the political party, IJK, also paid tributes to Mahakavi Bharadiyar. In his post on Facebook, Dr. Ravi Pachamuthu described the poet as a martyr who fueled the desire for freedom. The IJK leader said Bharadiyar, the father of modern Tamil poetry, cared for the welfare of the Tamil people. He pointed out, the poet worked towards liberation of women, freedom from foreign rule, and abolition of untouchability through his poems. Bharadiyar was one of India's prominent independence activists. He was born on this day in 1882 in southern Tamil Nadu. He died on September 12 in the city of Chennai, then known as Madras. Train services were disrupted between Sengalpattu and Chennai after a freight train ran off the tracks. Reports said at least 10 compartments of the train, which was coming in from Tuticorin, came off the rails near Sengalpattu station. The train was carrying a cargo of steel rods. No immediate reason was given for the mishap. The accident affected commuter train services on the busy sector. Reports said rail authorities diverted trains to keep the services running. Some reports said Chennai-bound long-haul trains from the southern parts of the state were also delayed. Rescue and repair teams arrived at the scene shortly after the accident to restore the route. Reports say a medical worker at a hospital in Chennai has been suspended after the body of an infant was handed to its parents in a cardboard box. The incident came to light after some photographs reportedly appeared on social media. Reports said the incident happened at the morgue of the state-run Kilpauk Medical College Hospital. The baby died after its mother had a premature delivery. Some reports said proper care was not available as medical services were disrupted by the storm that struck the city last week. Reports said a panel has been formed to investigate the case, and the hospital worker will remain suspended till it is concluded. A private hospital in Chennai has said Tamil actor and politician Vijay Kant has been discharged after he recovered fully from his illness. The actor, who founded the DMDK party, has been in hospital since November 18th to receive treatment for a chest condition. Some reports said he was on and off a ventilator. There were many rumors about Vijaykanth's health after he was admitted to the hospital, but sources said it was only for routine medical checks. In an earlier statement, the hospital said the 71-year-old actor is in need of pulmonary treatment and that doctors hope he will recover soon. It also said the actor will need treatment for another 2 weeks. India has dismissed a report in the US media that it issued a secret order against Sikh separatist militants, including Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who was shot dead in Canada in June. External Affairs Ministry spokesman Arindam Bagchi said the report is part of a sustained disinformation campaign against India. He said the outlet that came out with the report is known for propagating fake narratives peddled by Pakistani intelligence. The Intercept, an online news outlet, published the report first. A diplomatic row between India and Canada broke out in September after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused the Indian government of involvement in the killing of Nijjar. India dismissed the charge as absurd, as ties between the two nations took a plunge. More images of currency notes stashed in cupboards, furniture and inside walls have emerged on the 6th day of raids by tax officials at the properties of a distillery in Odisha state. Reports say rupees 351 crores discovered so far is the largest ever found in a single raid. The properties of both distillery, where the cash was found, have been linked to Member of Parliament Dheeraj Kumar Sahu of the Congress Party. After 5 days of counting, more cash machines and staff have been deployed to count the currency notes. On social media X, senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh said the party is in no way connected with the businesses of the MP, and only he should explain the stockpiling of cash. Latest satellite images show China has scaled up its physical presence in the Jakarlong Valley in the north of Bhutan. It appears Bhutan has no choice but accept it, despite ongoing border talks. The images from last week show ongoing construction of at least 129 buildings, which appear to be residential quarters in one settlement, and at least 62 buildings in a second enclave a short distance away. Earlier images from August 2021 of the same area show none of the buildings. In a separate dispute in 2017, India and China were involved in a tense standoff for 2 months in Doklam, when Indian troops physically prevented the extension of an illegal Chinese road in the area. Reports emerging from Gaza say the Palestinian group Hamas has threatened to kill its Israeli hostages if Israel did not engage in talks. Israel has continued fierce attacks on Khan Yunis, the biggest city in southern Gaza. Israel expanded its operations into the south after choking Gaza City in the north, triggering an unprecedented humanitarian crisis. Israel says there are still 137 hostages in Gaza, while the militants say there are around 7,000 Palestinians in Israeli jails. A truce in November that was extended twice collapsed on December 1st. Dozens of hostages and Palestinian prisoners were swapped during the truce. Authorities in Gaza, which is run by Hamas, said about 18,000 civilians have been killed in Israeli military operations since the war started in early October. Qatar, which brokered a truce between Israel and Hamas, has said Israel's continuous bombing of Gaza has dimmed chances of a new ceasefire. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani told the Doha Forum there was less chance, but it was trying to persuade both sides to agree to end fighting. A little earlier, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said the war is in full swing and called on Hamas militants to surrender. He said in recent days dozens of Hamas operatives surrendered and were laying down their weapons and handing themselves in. He said this is the beginning of the end for Hamas. The United Nations has repeatedly called for the world's attention to the humanitarian situation in Gaza, which is on a scale that was never seen before. After the UK announced measures to cut immigration, Australia has said it wants to halve its intake of migrants within 2 years. Unveiling a new 10-year immigration strategy, Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill said the migration system had been left in tatters by the previous government. Reports said visa rules for international students and low-skilled workers will be tightened under the new plan. It said migration has climbed to record levels in Australia, adding pressure to housing and infrastructure woes. But there remains a shortage of skilled workers, and the country struggles to attract them. A review found the system was badly broken, unnecessarily complex, slow, and inefficient. Reports said the annual intake will be slashed to 250,000 by June 2025. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.